When you think of early Marvel movies, what do you think of? Maybe Iron Man, Blade, Daredevil. Those are all fair movies to think about. But what if I told you there was a world with even older superhero movies? Like today's subject, Captain America. This movie was made in the 90s, but for some reason looks older to me. Remember, this was made after a Batman 89. And I don't know, even for the 90s to me, this just seems old. But let's not spoil too much. I actually found out about this movie whenever I was doing research for my Dr. Doom video.
Yeah, it's gonna be the one right there with 0 views, by the way. Just making sure you guys see it. Thanks.
And once I saw it, I immediately knew I had to watch it. And also, side note, this movie got a 12% on Rotten Tomatoes, so that's always a good sign. The only other old classic superhero movie that I knew of was Spider-Man, which was made in 1977 and was released only for television. Then of course there was Hulk with Lou Ferrigno, if you classify that as one of them. And upon further research, before this there was another Captain America movie that was made in 79. So if this does good, maybe I'll check out more. Let's get into it.
Captain America.
We start off with Nazi soldiers kidnapping a young boy because they need someone with What was that? Oh, I thought you were... I thought you were laughing. I was like, that's so funny. We start off with Nazi soldiers kidnapping a young boy because they need someone with superior intelligence. We know this because the only subtitles we get here are "the boy," and we want him for superior intelligence. The boy. The soldiers then make the kid watch as they gun down his family. How to make a supervillain 101. The kid ends up being Red Skull, by the way, so that's our big bad. Which, funny enough, is actually the villain in the first Captain America movie in the MCU, so small world. Oh god, it's
Captain America.
And that was a rat. Brilliant, sir. The doctor that is running this operation refuses to do it on the kid. Probably because whenever they tried it on the rat, it turned out like this. What in the... Ew. They said that the rat is twice as strong and twice as intelligent. Yeah, and twice as ugly. Yeah, I will say though, the stop motion looks pretty cool. I don't even know why they would go with it in the first place. I guess they saw the rat and was like, good enough. But looks like a Chihuahua mixed with hot Cheeto. I like how they only put the subtitles on like the important stuff. The rest of the movie we're just supposed to be like, just kind of guessing. Like, surely she said something important there. The doctor refuses, but the Nazi soldier says go with it anyway, and she gets carried away, only to escape. We cut 7 years later to America, where we learn that the military has got news of the Red Skull and plans on making their own army of super soldiers. That brings us to California, where polio survivor Steve Rogers has volunteered to undergo this task, since the formula will not only cure his symptoms, but also make him stronger. California? He's from New York. Brooklyn, stupid. It's not even Brooklyn slang. He's having a going away party back at home where we get to see his charm and charisma. And unfortunately, I'm lying, because Steve Rogers is as bland as stale original Lay's chips. He's just awkward and he doesn't say too much.
He was.
So,
I'm sure gonna try.
That's Steve. We get a look into his love life with Bernie. Hey, Bernie.
Bernie.
What? Who originally I thought was Peggy Carter, but it is not. It is Bernie.
It was spot. Yo, who the fuck is this nigga?
You got no motion, no clout, your fit ass.
She's sad to see him go and scared that he won't return.
Come back for me, Steve.
No, I will. Just nothing, huh? Yeah, this is gonna make her feel good and not have her think that you're most definitely gonna die. Steve sits in the car for 2.5 seconds, clearly nervous, and we cut to him already knee deep in a cigarette. But I wonder if they know that he's gonna get injected, or if...
A little scared, Steve?
A lot scared.
Lit that cigarette fast as hell. Jesus, Steve, let the driver take off before you spark up. The experiment takes place in a hidden basement of a restaurant, so we head there. The experiment, though painful, worked like a charm and had no red rat side effects, so that's good news.
Vital signs are stable.
Stable. Yo. Blood does not look okay. Before we can start on any more soldiers, an undercover Nazi shoots the doctor, and Steve gets shot taking the Nazi down.
Remarkable work, Doctor.
Why can't I have a mustache like that?
Heil
Yeah! Hope you guys enjoyed it because that is the last useful thing that Steve does this entire movie. Not really, but yeah. In the hospital, we get news that the Nazis are planning on launching a missile headed straight for the White House in 5 days. Steve hears this, and he's ready for the mission.
Where did you say that was?
On the way there, we finally get our boys suited up. Hell yeah, brother. Love a man in uniform.
Holy mackerel.
Cap parachutes down, ready to fuck some shit up. We get our first look at the Red Skull since the formula, and boy does he look ugly. But I like it though. I think he looks good, but he says this next line, which I think is hilarious.
Ooh, an American. Just when I am needing help of my English.
What a goober.
Ooh, an American.
The Red Skull says that the Americans have made a poor choice on choosing their champion, which unfortunately I have to agree. Holy mackerel. Steve didn't learn how to fight. He just got injected and they threw him right into battle, which one is blowing our cover on us knowing what the Nazis are doing and where they're at, and two, we also didn't even send anybody with him. They just sent just Cap. But along with that, Cap just walks right in, gets his ass kicked, and then strapped to a rocket and sent away. There was never a negotiation of a plan. No schematics, no plan B, nothing. Just send him in, he'll figure it out. Meanwhile, a missile is hauling ass towards the White House with him just duct taped to it. When the missile arrives, a kid goes to take pictures of the White House because he dreams of becoming the president like every other 9-year-old. But he sees something. Go to bed, Ronald Reagan. Oh God, everybody get down. When the missile approaches, Cap kicks the wing and sends the trajectory towards Alaska. Wouldn't happen, and he gets frozen there. I'm also happy that Cap decided to do something at the very last second. If they knew about the missile, why didn't they take precaution? Yo. He flew all the way to Alaska. Stop. What was he doing the whole time flying there? Just taking in the view. This Cap is useless. The kid that saw Cap goes to his buddy's house and shows him the picture that he took of him, which isn't blurry at all. Ironic since he was on a missile heading straight towards him, but that kid over time becomes the president as he's always wanted to be. But with that, tragedy occurs in the world without Cap, because remember, he's frozen. Assassinations, crimes, wars, the whole nine. This kid's name is Thomas Kimball, and he is not liked by the military general because of his environmental legislations. Because of this, General Fleming meets with Red Skull and his team to have him assassinated. Red Skull has surgery, by the way, to make his face a little bit more, human. Kind of miss the Red Skull that had a red skull, but that's all right. Ideally, I probably wouldn't want to have a Red Skull either, so, I mean, I understand it. Red Skull, since the war, has made up a team including his daughter that has assassinated many figures that were going against his ideology of fascism. Why does that sound wrong? Fascism. That's right. That were against his ideology of fascism. People like John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., and Robert Kennedy. If there's any conspiracy theorists watching, sound off in the comments if that checks out. Meanwhile, Steve's body is finally found by some travelers and is taken to their base of operations. He should be with the missile, right? He awakens and heads somewhere. Where's he going, bro? Where's the missile? Who's attached to the missile? Kimball's friend from back in the day, you can tell this is him because he hasn't aged a day, is informed that Captain America is back. As shocked as he is dead set on finding Cap because he would be a great asset against Red Skull. With the public knowing about the return of Cap, Red Skull also is alerted and sends out goons to track him down as well. Cap finds himself somewhere. The man, the myth, the legend.
Rome's gotta be south of here.
Rome's gotta be south of here. So he went from Alaska to Rome on foot. That guy. Bro's dressed like an iPad kid. And so do the Red Skull goons. Must have had some real badasses on his payroll because how did they find him? After a suspenseful fight, Kimball's friend Sam also finds Cap, small world I guess, and Cap hops in the whip.
Who was that shooting at you?
Nazis.
Nazis, who are you? He brushes off Sam because he is pounding him, paused with questions, and eventually says he's gonna be sick. Little does Sam know this was all a big scheme Cap had planned, and steals the man's car, leaving him stranded in the middle of nowhere with no food, no means of transportation, and no way of contacting anyone. Bless you, Captain America, our true hero. He traverses to California to meet with Bernie since he hasn't seen her in God knows how long. Well, Sam knew how long. But we left him in the middle of nowhere, so there's that. We get a cute little montage of Steve traveling, setting a weird kind of romantic tone for the movie, which was kind of out of nowhere, but, you know, nice little montage. And he finally arrives. He sees Bernie pulling into her house and is shocked because she looks so different. Bernie. But he gets attacked? Huh? That's because that's Bernie's daughter. What is on her earrings? Duh. This is Sharon.
Jack is a good man. He's a good father.
Sips milk in depression.
Okey-doke, I've got her down.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, back to this badass movie. Sharon, over time, helps Cap catch back up in time until a few days later when Red Skull's people pulls up and kills both Bernie and her now husband. Is this her Uncle Ben moment?
He'll be all right, Tim. Minor gunshot wound. Mostly it's a shock.
Where's my mother?
Oh, your mother. She's dead. So what happens if Steve sees a person of color? Does this movie dive into that? Now, the third act of this movie is honestly kind of a stretch. I'm gonna tell you what happens, but I'm not gonna go into great detail about it because holy filler. While searching through the basement of the restaurant where Steve got his powers, they find the doctor's old diary which had Red Skull's real name in it. Steve, this isn't where we're supposed to go. Oh, sorry, I just got a little hungry.
No, wait, you can't go in there.
Oh my good lord. I'm telling you, this used to be. Well, it's abandoned now, but I'm telling you, it used to be really cool down here. Now we just hope that they don't turn around whenever they go down the stairs. Perfect. Five Nights at Freddy jump scare. Dude, you can see him. Steve, where did you just throw him? It's that pervert. With that information, we travel to Italy to find him. Once we arrive, we go to his childhood home and find an audio recording of when the Red Skull's family got murdered. The goons get word that the two are there along with the president who got kidnapped.
I'm sorry I tried to ditch you. What do you want me to do? Eat dirt?
Hello, Steve Rogers. We're here to make you eat dirt.
It's him.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Sharon gets herself kidnapped so Cap can work without them on his tail, shout out, and Cap gets suited up. Arriving at the Red Skull's castle where both the President of the United States and Sharon are located at, I know, bear with me, we save the President. I'm not even gonna ask questions anymore. Red Skull reveals that he has a nuclear bomb triggered that will go off in the perfect amount of time for Cap to save the day. The bomb will wipe out millions of people, so the stakes are high. Why do you throw it like that? So what does Steve do? Well, he gets the audio recording of Red Skull's family being murdered, he plays it, and then he murders Red Skull. And I'm not joking.
Speak for yourself.
Oh my gosh. Jesus. When the shield turns, it also hits Valentina and the Marines come to save the gang. We then get an outro that the Environmental Act has been agreed upon and Captain America is awesome. I don't know, some other stuff. Now let's talk about the movie. So about halfway through the movie, I was wanting to put it through 2x speed because I was so bored. It's like barely even a Captain America movie. It's literally just an action movie with a man that has a shield and they had to throw in the plot of him coming back from many years of being in World War II and Frozen, all that. With that being said, the movie wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, but it just wasn't the most intriguing watch. I would watch it again. Over time, it has developed a cult-like following that I learned about because in the comments of the YouTube video that is fully uploaded on, people were saying that they love the movie and that they grew up watching it. So I'm not gonna say that they're wrong for that. You know, if they love the movie, they can love the movie. I'd watch it again, like I said, but on the rankings, I unfortunately have to rank it at the lowest tier because, you know, I gotta compare it to what's at the bottom there, which is The Visit right now, and The Visit's better. At least with The Visit, it's like well structured and, you know, I can watch The Visit again. It's not that bad of a movie, and this one is just boring. So technically, this is the worst movie I have reviewed on this channel. Yeah, if you want to watch it, it's completely uploaded on YouTube. I don't know if I can put it in the description, but it's been up this long. So yeah, let me know if you guys have watched this movie. If you have, let me know what you think of it. Peace.
Speak for yourself.